Hello, it's train time. I'm Karen Christensen with you again and joined as usual by Matt Silber, my partner in crime, partner in trains.
Partner in
And
trains,
he
yes.
has a story for us that's especially about Connecticut, but of course important to all of us in the region who want to see trains running efficiently. So, Matt, tell us what's happening. Why do we care right now about Connecticut?
What's up, K-Dog? Good to see you again. We we care about Connecticut because this is what's happening. So, Connecticut Department of Transportation, also known as CDOT, recently released their long-range transportation plan. It's called Connecticut 2055. We are really excited to read it. We've been going through it. There's some interesting stuff in here. There's some good news about trains. There's some bad news about money. It's really important that people pay attention to this stuff and are aware of what's going on. I mean, basically, my pitch to everybody is the Connecticut Department of Transportation has this long-term plan. They released a draft for their plan. There's a lot of good stuff in it, and there's a lot of good stuff that we can definitely, as train enthusiasts, passenger rail advocates, can push them to try to follow through on. And there's also stuff relating to money, I think I mentioned a minute ago.
Mm.
It definitely looks like they're gonna be in a dire budget crunch, and hard questions have to be asked about what stays and what goes. All that to say, we've been gathering signatures on our petition for the last couple months, and we've made some good progress, and we want to thank everybody who's shared it and signed it. Our goal is that we can get around 400 signatures in the next week, okay? Because there's a public meeting
Yep.
hosted by CTDOT. It's all on Zoom. So if you don't wanna go to Hartford, all good. You can go on Zoom, register for a meeting. We wanna attend this meeting or at least comment through email saying, "We have a
Mhm.
petition with 1,000 signatures." Right now, we've got 600 something. 1,000 signatures of people who want to see more passenger rail. They wanna see the Maybrook, and they wanna see the Housatonic line studied. What can we do to turn these into real live running trains? So we're really excited about it. I'm really excited about it, and I want to, basically have in my hand a petition that says all of you care a lot about trains, and we wanna see CT dot prioritize trains.
The thing about this plan that they're gonna be discussing and that we can all read online and that in the show notes you'll see below will give you the links, so you can look at it yourself. It's a draft plan. This is very typical that government agencies put out a plan, a draft, and they ask for comment. And sometimes they don't get much comment. Sometimes they may hope they don't get much comment. But that's not us, is it, here at Train Time?
Oh, no.
We have things to say about the priorities and about why the trains matter. And when it comes to money, whenever I hear this come up, because it's obviously the this comes out of tax dollars, this comes out of our pockets, but there is a lot of money spent. It's about where it's allocated, and one of the things I've always said to people about the Housatonic line, and I think this is applies to the Maybrook line, that reviving passenger service on these existing rails is really low-hanging fruit in terms of rail. It's not like the billions and billions of dollars for high-speed rail, and I'm all for that too. I mean, I think that has its place, but these kind of projects are shovel ready, especially the Housatonic line, and they are both they will satisfy needs and provide proof of concept for, expansion of rail service in general. So we need you to show your support, and you may have specific ideas. I mean, take a look at the plan. I don't know how complicated is it to read?
I'm
What do you
gonna be
think?
honest, it's like 72 pages, so, like, sit down with a stiff drink and take a look or a nice cup of tea or coffee or whatever floats your boat, and be prepared to take notes. I've gone through it, and like I said, there's a lot to be happy about, there's a lot to be scared of, and even if I think you go through it and you're like, "You know what? I can't make heads or tails of this," just go. And they're gonna give a presentation, and they're gonna talk you through their
Yeah,
rationale, and you may find that, like, that gives you the insight and the confidence to say something or not, or just listen. And back to what you were saying before, Karen,
yeah,
just like we I can't keep my mouth shut about this stuff. I like trains. And I think a lot of transit authorities, governmental bodies, public authorities, they often, like you said, hope people don't show up, hope people don't care. They often justify service cuts, especially to public transportation, because the folks who rely on public transportation or care a lot about it are often those who don't have the means or whatever to be able to
yeah,
go. And, they're not able to get to these meetings, or they're not able to pay attention to the degree that they should. And transit authorities can say, "Hey, well, nobody spoke up at the meeting when we wanted to cut, 20 billion out of the
yeah,
bus
yeah.
budget, so it's gone." So I think it's very important for us to at least show our faces, and for everybody. And I hope people go and they say, we want more trains, we want more buses, and there's a lot for Connecticut to be proud of. I was going through it, and I think we have the top rated
Mhm.
BRT system, the top rated bus rapid transit system in the country.
Uh-huh,
Um,
uh-huh.
we're doing phenomenal work, and we just want to say keep doing that. you know, yeah.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
I tend to ramble. You know what?
Do do more of it. Yeah, yeah. Uh, and you anyone who doesn't have a time to sit down with the 72 pages, there are a couple options. You can simply sign our petition. That's
Exactly.
a start because that will get to the Connecticut Department of Transportation. The other thing that we will do, if you find you're writing a screed about your feelings about wanting trains, please send us a copy because we can share it. But Matt, I think, is going to be writing up his thoughts about it, and we can share that. It's often I've found in the past when we've had things like this, it's really good to, you know, have somebody else's words to give you kind of kickstart so you don't have to go scrambling around trying to figure it out, and we will be over the next course of the next few days, we will, make sure that you have some ideas, and you're free to copy and paste whatever you choose from what we send
Totally.
you.
I
Don't
mean,
worry
it's
about
like
that. Go for it.
just anything, quality matters, but quantity matters too. And
Yeah.
if we're gonna hand them a petition that has 1,000 signatures asking them to study, you know, reactivating the Housatonic or the Maybrook line for passenger service, they might say, "No, we can't do that. It's not feasible." But you know what? There is this rail line in Eastern Connecticut over by Ledyard that we've been thinking about, and now that we see there's a public appetite for it, we're interested. Just showing that there's a base of support, an electorate, a base of taxpayers who care is so important, and it's very easy to just sign, even if that's not
Yeah.
your number one priority, because it shows that there's a public interest in these things.
And it gets these projects their radar because there will always be people within the system who, maybe they've never heard about this project. People come in new, they come from another state. We want we want there to be name recognition for these projects, and we want them to look at a map. I've been to Boston sometimes talking about trains out here, and they kind of go, "Where's Berkshire County?" Where So I mean, just that by itself, getting in front of them really does matter, and we are grateful to everyone who's supporting this project now and who signed the petition. We know, you know, it's a long slog, and I get frustrated. I have no patience. My daughter gave me I have a coaster. It says, "I had my
I
patience
had my
tested."
patience tested.
It's negative. And that's about sums it up, but anyway, we have to stick with it, and thank you, Matt. We'll get this out, and folks, if you have questions, write to us questions to me or to Matt. Those links should be in the the notes to. And we will see you again soon and maybe see you on Zoom on the 22nd.
Sounds
Take
great.
care.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks a
Thanks,
lot,
Karen.
Matt.
Great seeing you
Thank
again.
you. Take care. See you
Thanks for
soon.
joining me at Train Time. Don't forget to subscribe. Send me your suggestions for future shows. And visit our YouTube channel, Train Campaign.